want to get back to talking about real estate, there's an article this week, 20 crazy things that kill your home's value. And this is something that I think just so many people are obviously conscientious about paying attention to their home value. They always want to know what's going on. They always want to pay attention to what's going on in the neighborhood. But there's some of these things in here that were kind of surprising to me. So I'm going to go through them kind of quickly and then give us a chance to talk about them. Not keeping up with the Joneses, in other words, maybe not upgrading your house enough. Zombie homes, aka foreclosures in your neighborhood. Fracking, if that's going on near your home, it's going to hurt your value. Cracks in the pavement, a lot of people might think those are settlement issues, so sometimes that can impact it. Curb unappeal, obviously a home that doesn't have great curb appeal, and an unkempt yard. Weird landscaping design, we've all seen those. If you're doing something that's too unique, you can certainly turn people off. We have a customer of ours and a follower on social media that every hockey season puts a great big lightning bolt in their front yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I think is fantastic. If you were selling your home, though, maybe not a good idea, because what if the person that wants to buy your home is a Blackhawks fan?
Right.
So there's always some of that kind of stuff that can cause an impact. A pool, believe it or not, a pool can hurt you sometimes. There's people that look for a pool and don't look for a pool. A koi pond. We had a house a couple years ago in New Tampa that had a koi pond. Is enormous koi pond, and all people saw when they looked at that backyard was maintenance.
Right.
They didn't see. They thought, "Man, I don't want to deal with that." Siding on your house, if not kept up, foreclosures, a bad neighbor, obviously that can ruin it. Traffic, noise pollution, unsightly buildings nearby, a bad smell, like if you're close to a waste dump, clutter, upgrades without a permit. Wood paneling, and then carpet everywhere. So those are some things to think about in terms of control of your home's value. Anything you guys can think of, stuff that you've seen that's kind of funny or weird out there that really screws up people's home values because they don't realize what it's doing to their house?
I mean, I have a pretty exhaustive list here, 20 items on the article, but I think one of the things we mentioned before was on the home, the animal smells that the person just doesn't really realize because they've lived with it for so long.
Cigarette smoke's another one. Mm-hmm. Cigarette smoke's a big one. We've had that issue a few times because the smoker doesn't smell it. Even like, because a lot of people they'll go outside on the porch and smoke, and but they smoke there for 20 years, right? So they're sitting there, smoking and smoking and smoking, and they're not smoking in the house. But as soon as someone walks out to that porch, it just hits them, so and it can seep into the house too,
Well, one of the big ones on the article that they mentioned, the upgrades without a permit. So this happens semi-frequently where people have done work to their home, and even maybe possibly the realtor listing the home didn't do the due diligence to look up the permits.
Sure.
And now all of a sudden the MLS listing listed as a larger home than it actually is.
And it's not done up to code,
and you won't be able to finance that property.
And I think the amazing thing is, especially in our area, all that information is public record. I mean, you can look up a property address on any of the government websites, on any of the local municipalities, and determine, are all the permits closed out or are there open permits? But that's something that can cause a wrinkle in things, and I think
also costly too.
Yeah.
Close those out. I mean, engineer reports come in $350 to $550.
Correct. Yeah, and I think the hassle of it too, because after the fact, if you're looking to get a permit resolved versus the time that you did it, they're going to be less lenient on you, especially if you were the person that did it.
And a lot of those contractors are out of business right now too.
Correct. So you're going back to a contractor that isn't there anymore. And same thing, like if you bought the home and it had that, they're probably going to be a little bit more lenient. But if you did it and now you're going after the fact to get the permit, you're probably going to get beat up a little bit. But permitting is a thorn in our side. I know we see that regularly. I know it can cause issues in due diligence, cause issues in closings. There's a lot of problems with it. But square footage is one that's commonly off. You'll have an old house where they did an addition and it wasn't ever permitted, and it's listed at 1,500 square feet. You look it up on tax rolls; it shows 1,100 square feet.
Or they list it as a 3.2, and really it's a
2.2, right? 2.2, or I think I saw a great article this week too. Legal definition of a bedroom. A lot of people misunderstand what a bedroom is. It's door, window, closet. That's a bedroom. It has a door, window, closet, and is enough space to believably have it be a bedroom. You know, if you have a little cubby and a window
And it's
a
not a
closet,
tiny home.
yeah. But door, window, closet is the usual thing, and I mean we run into it sometimes where you'll have a room that has the door and the window but no closet. Well, certainly the seller can add in the closet or offer a credit to build in a closet. That's an easy conversion to a bedroom. But with no window or no door or no, and I think the other thing is a private entryway too. We've seen it where they say, oh, we have 2 bedrooms, but you have to go through one bedroom to get to the other bedroom. That's a little. I don't know that a consumer wants to view that as a bedroom.
So what distinguishes a den from a bedroom then in some cases?
I think and again, the den is simply a room that doesn't have a closet, but there's no legal definition per se, because you don't look up on tax rolls and it says den,
Right.
beds, baths, and other rooms, because the room could be used for something else. It could be used as a dining room, it could be used as, so realistically it's just a separate room with a door, and that's it.
So as a realtor listing properties, if you see a home that could have a den or an extra bedroom, which do you typically?
So if it's got door, window, closet, you can advertise it as that. Or if you disclose that an easy conversion and the seller will convert it into a bedroom, would be the steps that you take. So I think each property is going to be different. It's going to depend on how the going trends in that neighborhood.
Right.
Is it the difference between a 3 and a 4, or a 4 and a 5, or a 5 and a 6, which really doesn't matter because not as many people are searching for 6 versus 5. So, well, anyway, we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to continue talking about the local real estate market. We've got some Sarasota real estate statistics as well as much more news after a quick break here on 970 WFLA.